Book your driving lesson now at dla-driving.co.uk. Sponsored by DLA Driving School.
Hey, we didn't expect that, did we? A glorious night under the lights of Kenilworth Road, an outstanding performance, and Luton Town bullied, outpressed, outplayed a very good Brighton and Hove Albion team, and we scored 4. We could have had 6. The quickest ever Premier League goals since 1990 something or 89 or whenever it started, I can't remember. I was so happy it went in, and we're back for another quick pod. Of course it wasn't 89, Premier League didn't exist then, did it? 92. Thank you for that, Steve and Bataro are with us. We're still just celebrating, aren't we?
Living the dream.
It was an amazing night under the lights. We're going to talk about the game in more detail. We're going to have your 3-word reviews as well. I can see there's lots of plays on word with the number 4, which I think is great, and we'll give you those in a minute. But overall, before we get really into the meat and 2 veg of it, what was your thoughts?
Thank you, Hudson. No, it was brilliant, mate, wasn't it? It was trying to work out if it's the best display I've seen at Kenilworth Road in recent years, possibly.
It was
There's been a few in there.
It was pretty complete.
It was.
You know, in every way, it was pretty complete.
All I can say on it was the fact of from minute 1 to minute 90, whatever, 92 or 93. It was just, yeah, it was crazy because the intensity was there. So like, it was so good to watch. And just, you know, when you feel comfortable and you don't think at any point you're going to let up or cock it up. It was great, wasn't it?
I felt cheated that you weren't sort of biting your nails for the last 10 minutes and that. So, but I said to my mate Keith, I said, privileged to have seen that performance.
Oh, mate, of course.
Well, we ask for your 3 reviews every week, and we get them every week, and we're going to read some out for you. Don't forget, these are plays on the number 4.
Should have done a 4-word review.
No.
Sorry.
Okay. Ad says...
Good idea, though. Sorry, Dave, go on.
Ad says unforgettable win. Jago, what just happened? Solomon, night to remember. Henry, perfect team performance. Daz, momentum is building. Rubel, sweet, sweet revenge. Darren, we are Premier League. Jake, here to stay. Mark, every player superb. And Whisper, 4, again, Tom Lockyer.
Yeah.
Let's just, before we go on to that, wasn't it great to see Tom at the ground last night?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, he's obviously got a long way to go, but I think it must have been such a boost for him to see and hear the affection, you know, the flag and everything. So I think that would have done him the power of good.
I think it did the whole team as a squad as well, and all the management. I think the staff seen him in obviously came to train, didn't he? Morning as well. So yeah. I
mean, when you saw that, you know, again, just the feel good factor, it just tops it up again, didn't it? And it could just done no harm at all. So yeah, no, it's brilliant to see him this week.
Okay, so you can have 2 each because we've got 4 to look at.
Okay.
See what I did there?
I did see, yes. Henry.
Yeah.
I think that is as near to a perfect team performance.
And when we talk about the team performance, we're not just talking about the 11 that started. It's the whole team were superb, weren't they?
Just relentless,
and also the 12th man, which would be us.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm aware of the concept, but
yes, I'm just telling you.
It was just relentless, wasn't it? The pressing, even last couple of minutes, they were just hunting them down. Being Brighton players might have just thought, just leave us alone, just go away.
So when Townsend come on, it was like just sprinting at him, like constantly.
That's
about a minute and a half straight. You're thinking, mate, just stop taking a piss. Come on, just calm down a bit.
I mean, Townsend done one bit where he's just running around, just chasing the ball down, and the appreciation and the applause were getting louder and louder.
Yeah, and it was never give up, was it? You know, we wanted to get another one. You know, and overall, obviously, probably our best team performance in the Premier League against a team that was, you know, thinking they'd end up in Europe this year. And we want to talk about, you only picked one, by the way. You can pick another one if you want. You don't have to.
Momentum is building. There you go.
Momentum is building. Let's take that one.
Is it unbeaten now in 4, is it?
It's a crazy stat, isn't it? A big challenge at the weekend, but again, let's not talk about that right now. I looked at it as thinking, and it didn't occur to me, well, it did last night, but the way that Rob Ed was saying, we're in the second round of games now against all the teams we've already played. And when we went to Brighton, it was a great day out. It was the first game in the Premier League, but maybe we were a little bit naive on that game. And,
of course.
And the difference in class between that and last night, Bataro, was amazing.
Wow, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, first game, I can't really remember too much about it now, but I just remember it being, we weren't too bad that day. 4-1 was probably a little bit in their favour of like maybe not quite being what it should have been, but it's last night. It's just like the fact that, don't get it wrong, I know you take into account they've got a few injuries and whatever else, but it doesn't matter, does it? The players they've still got on that pitch are still very good Premier League players, etc. And they've done and a few of them as well, been around for a long time, so they're not experienced.
I think the one thing for me that stood out, and the main difference, is the fitness levels.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely insane. And as a result of those fitness levels, they can execute the game plan to so much more an efficient level.
Yeah, and a more sort of, and when I said naive, I'm not saying that the team were poor in Brighton, because they weren't, but we made silly errors at very critical moments in the game.
I think there was a lot of nerves on the day as well. It was such a massive occasion for Luton, and because we spoke about it and we thought, when Pelly done that dink over, just for example. But there were several occasions where you think that player would never have done that in a championship game. So it was the nerves and the occasion, and we're really settled down now. But the fitness levels are insane now compared to then.
So the difference is, 3 changes from the Everton game. One, obviously, we totally expected. Kaminsky, Osho and Clark for Krul, Mendy and Townsend. And we're up against a decent Brighton team. I know they might have their injury worries, and they haven't been performing as well as they should, but they have been performing quite well at the start of the season. Thankfully for them, they had a good start to the season, because they could be brought right down into it. And after the Lockyer thing comes on, Town Called Malice comes on, and then you're ready to go, and Brighton have the kick-off, and you're just thinking they're going to play this, and they do their little bit of passing, and immediately from kick-off, we're surrounding them. Do you think they were overwhelmed with our press straight away, and they weren't expecting it?
I think they were probably surprised about the aggression and the intensity of it. They sort of 3 or 4 really lovely passes, but it was intercepted by Reece Burke, and I'll make sure we talk a little bit about him during this as well. But he was the one that got the first interception, and then they just went for it. It was insane. But you're right. There was like 4 or 5 of them going wallop straight on them.
I think the official Luton commentator Joe Flemons, I think it is, he said he swarmed them, and he definitely swarmed them. And then the ball breaks out, the cross comes in. Initial thoughts, I know Brighton fans will think this if they're listening, and I'm sure they'll comment, but back post there with Carlton Morris, he leaps higher and stronger.
He got up very, very well, didn't he?
But they would say foul against their player.
I'll be honest, I thought at first it was a foul. At first, but then if you watch it back, he doesn't actually make an effort to jump, does he?
No,
he doesn't make no effort at all. And what's Carlton Morris supposed to do? He's entitled to jump, isn't he? And unfortunately, when he comes down, his hand's obviously going to go there. It's a natural thing, but
he was up early.
The fact that the defenders, none of their players even complained as well. No. So you know straight away, then it's a good indication. I don't even think they even checked it, did they?
No, they did check it.
Well, they did. Yeah, every goal is checked.
No, they did definitely check it, and that little nod, that little touch from Adebayo that takes it into the net. Yeah, 18 seconds. 18 seconds.
Crazy.
We're in ecstasy there, aren't we? We're having the thing, and you're just thinking. Then they had, I believe, I've read this somewhere, and if it's not true, it's a really good stat you can make up. But it says they were checking that for about 90 seconds, right? So 18.
Checking what?
The goal.
For 90 seconds?
Yeah. Or 90, enough time.
Right.
Then we took, don't look at me like that.
No, I'm not looking,
Then we kick off.
Yep.
So actually, I've got that wrong. We kicked off, and then let's talk about that second goal, and then I'll finish that stat off.
I think it was 58 seconds of live play between the goals.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's just a minute. Just a minute between.
Minute 60, it was 58.
All right, go with it. Right. So can we just talk about that goal? Because do you know what? There's been a lot of plaudits on radio today, on 5 Live and on Talk Sport and all that. Or Talk Sport a little bit patronising as well, because that's what they do.
Well, still plucky Luton, aren't we, to them?
Yeah, I don't take anybody seriously who calls us plucky. All right, just do one. You know, brave, all that sort of stuff. Do you know what? We're in this league because we're good enough to be in this league. Yeah. And I don't want to go, we don't want to go too over the top. It was just a majestic performance. We had fans on the radio today saying they celebrated like they won the FA Cup. And I'm thinking, well, we've got to this league. No one fancied us to do anything right. Mm-hmm. And what we've done last night was really a masterclass how to play football.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Sorry, what you say about who was it that said we celebrate like we won the FA Cup on TalkSport? You say
TalkSport.
Yeah, I heard an Everton fan say that on the way home.
I mean, I was hoping it was going to be an Arsenal fans about to say, do you remember Mikel Arteta at the end of the game? But
yeah. But the second goal.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
What a pass! But I know the pass come on. It worked out then. In the first half, Barkley was looking to do that on another 2 occasions. I saw it, so it was obviously something that they'd worked on because Chia was doing it. But I think on one of them, he had to check his run because they stepped up. But that was definitely something that they've worked on the training ground. And it just ripped them open.
It was an amazing pass, wasn't it? And like you said before, obviously you start recording, boys. I think you both said you was conversating about. Someone said it was a hoofball or a long, just lofted. And it was not. It was perfected. If that was just a punt upfield, then Jesus Christ. I mean,
Lokonga knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, it might. When you hear someone say long ball, it insinuates that it was a hoof.
Yeah.
It can be a long pass, but it wasn't even long. It was just diagonal into space, knowing full well that
cut back on
that Chio was going to. But the thing that was great is that Chio got there with pace to burn, because I felt that he's been a little bit within himself for the last 6-7 weeks. I think at times up at Everton he was maybe not trusting his pace, but after that, because he blew him away, the rest of that game he was on it. He was back to his old self. He got
the beating of
all his confidence was there. So just a goal like that, you think fantastic.
And the thing is, like you say about obviously Chio, how quick he is as well. And obviously he takes that one touch around the goalkeeper, and I think he knocks it onto his left foot. Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think it was, but that's the fact of it is he's got the pace to get there ahead.
Although I think that if it was, because from where I was standing, I felt that it might have been back off the goalkeeper at one point, and obviously it didn't. But maybe that left foot touch, whether it was intentional or not, it took it away from the other defenders as well, absolutely. and he's running into the goal. And that was 2 minutes 17 seconds of the game gone. We're 2-0 up, and
it's insane, isn't it?
It's insane. The noise was crazy. If you was a Brighton fan, you're standing there thinking, how are we going to get out of this? Although they would say that they were
still an awful long time.
Still an awful long time. You're going to score early goals. Get more than one, because we know what happens in them situations. And sometimes you take your foot off the gas, don't you?
Yeah, we do. But thankfully, we only know sort of one way with regards to intensity and desire. So, that was a great thing. But it reminded me a little bit, a couple of seasons ago in the Championship, we played West Brom. We were 2-0 up quite early. Should have been 3 because Colton Morris got pushed over. And even at 2-0, you thought, because West Brom were really good, they were on fire that day. Good, and I was expecting Brighton to do that, but we just didn't give them a chance. They barely had a free moment, any of them, anywhere on the pitch.
Didn't they? I mean, they were having a bit of success, I found, excuse me, in the first half. I felt like they were, breaking the midfield quite easily.
Can you remember?
I was just about to say, they were breaking through the strikers in the midfield fairly quick, but then as soon as it came into that, position, getting towards the final third, it was just like the defence, the two fullbacks were there, and even like the midfielders were there within a heartbeat. Within a heartbeat, they were there, just muscling them out, aggressive.
Clark put in a phenomenal amount of work.
Yeah,
he really did.
I was about to say about Clark, he needs a massive round of applause.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Can you remember a big chance with a big save from Kaminsky?
No.
Only the one in the second half, I believe.
Just the one.
Just the one. That's it.
I
think that was their first shot on target, I believe, as well.
Was that?
So if you looked at the possession stats during the first half, they had more passes than us, but they didn't go anywhere with them.
I was going to say all around the back 3 or 4, wasn't it? Yeah.
And I felt really their downfall, Brighton's downfall, was taking those little goal kicks, because normally they're trying to attract your players on to create the space to make the pass, right? Yet last night, we were so quick on them. They didn't have time and they panicked and they just didn't play the ball well.
No, that's right. And as a result of that, there was probably 3, 4, 5 occasions at least where the keeper done a long free kick, a goal kick, and it went straight through to one of our defenders or straight through to Kaminsky.
Yeah.
You know, it
can hold it,
when they went long, it went to absolutely no one. But when it was going short, because of our press and intensity, they were under so much pressure.
It's like plan A wasn't working, plan B wasn't working. No, what can they do next?
I was going to say their plan B was very, very small, though, wasn't
limited,
it?
Yeah, very limited. I'm not being horrible. I'm just saying it's how it is. Because I mean, if Brighton fans are listening, then fine. But I rate Brighton as a team. I think they're a brilliant team to watch. But you know what? Last night,
they didn't
as good as we were. They were
poor.
Also pretty poor as well.
Yeah, but I think you have to say that they were taken aback from how we played. I mean, we just didn't let them come onto us.
No.
So you've got to put some of that poorness down to our performance.
I'll put a lot of it down. But yeah,
tactical masterclass for me as well.
Just they weren't given a second on the ball.
Yeah. So you know, we've been Luton fans for a long time, and you got a 2-0 lead, and you're thinking to yourself, you know, that if they score, if Brighton score, you know, we're just going to be defensive and put our backs to the wall. So we need another one, don't we? Mm. Oh goodness me!
Beautiful,
wasn't it a well taken goal? A nice little interaction between Ross Barkley and Eli. Finish. You know, we've criticised him in the past, and, you know, in the nicest way. You know, we know he's a great player, but there's times where you think, oh, you should have scored there. But there was no question last night.
Do you know what the craziest thing as well is about it? I read a stat this morning saying Elijah Adebayo has scored, for every 2.75 shots that he's taken, he scored a goal.
Yeah, he's the most he's the most prolific. 22 shots, and he's had 8 goals.
And out of his shots on target, I think 80% of them have gone in. How crazy is that?
That goal, though, there was a level of composure that we haven't seen in abundance from him. You know, he scored goals, you know, headers and stuff like that, but he had time to think, and he done him at the near post. He shaped himself beautifully, and he just done him. It was wonderful. It was a level up from what we've seen. I mean, and some of the other stuff he's done, the target man stuff and the turns.
Touch on the halfway line,
as well as the goals, as well as the goals, he was a man possessed last night. Yeah. His strength and speed and skill, it was one of the best old school target man performances you're going to see.
He's got the whole
world in his hands.
You could tell Steve's a bit like. All the media today has been about Elijah Adebayo and how good he was, and you know, when you talk about man of the match, clearly he was a good man of the match, but you could have picked quite a few of the team for that, but for obvious reasons he got it. But the turn you just talked about on the halfway line, he done like 3 players in one turn.
That's right.
But not just the turn. He was then strong to move away from them and find Carlton Morris to the pass, and that nearly led to another goal.
Well, to be fair, I'm obviously behind that goal. I think, Steve, to be fair, you're slightly over.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the angle you saw, but from my angle, I thought he's going to squeeze this one in here.
Because that was the one that it went to Clark, didn't it? Where the keeper saved it. Yeah, I mean, I thought Clark was offside. I was immediately looking at the line, knowing the flag was up and that, but
it was close.
It was, but you know, nice step overs from Carlton. He created himself that little sort of opportunity. He got a shot in. He was sharp again last night, Carlton.
Morris was brilliant.
You know, best performance I've seen for probably 2 or 3 months from him. To be fair,
you know, and you know, sometimes in the past with the two of them, whoever's been playing not second fiddle, but they've not been the central man. They've been off their game. Carlton was not off his game last night, and that was great to see. You know, the two of them are playing again now, and they're finding a way. And Carlton seems to be really good. He was sharp last night. It was really good.
This whole question as well, like, you know, we question, I think, last season, this season, can they both play up top together? They can. We've seen it now.
I just want to step back a moment, because when the first half started, I'm thinking you're going to get an onslaught from Brighton, but we just picked up where we left off, and we made chances straight away. You know, that one first.
Yeah.
And you think, well, you know, that would have been it, and the game is 100% over. Because even at 3-0, we worry. We do worry.
I know we do. And
we've been to the 3-0s before and not come out of it.
Again, I said to my mate, I said, if they get the next one in the next sort of 5 or 10, it's going to be, oh, Christ. Because, you know, I think every fan feels this way about their side, and, you know, we're no different.
I was having a conversation all the time with someone, even though we're 3-0 up, and they were going, I was going, you know, we can concede 4 goals though. And they were like, yeah, I think we need another one. Everyone's going, yeah, we definitely need another goal. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, the supporters of this football club, what the hell are we doing talking about that at half time? We should be sitting there going, yeah, we're amazing. We're going to win 6-7-0. But no, we can still concede 4.
It's a crazy thing. You know, we talked about Mr. Reliable on Monday night about how Alfie puts the crosses in and he's taking corners and putting them out there. And but we never thought we'd have an assist from a man who hates playing at Kenilworth Road.
Yes, in there.
When did Luton get Pedro into training to get him to hit the near post and flick it on? I mean, genius.
He obviously left Watford in a bad way, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I don't want to dwell too much on him, but I have put a big circle around his name for this reason, because, you know, when he was playing for Watford and he was at Vicarage Road, he took an absolute. He played well, but he was
a prick.
Well, I don't want to say that, but yes,
he was.
But when he came to Kenilworth Road, I didn't think he could take the atmosphere, and I really generally thought he was a bit frightened to play. I felt the same last night. He didn't perform very well at all.
No,
not at all, and he wouldn't come. You know, he was just poor.
And this is what leads me on to what I said earlier, Reece Burke. Reece Burke, by and large, went man-to-man with him. He followed him across the pitch. And then when there was a change of play, then the back three sorted it out brilliantly between themselves. Reece Burke was immense. You know, and we know that he can be. If he can stay fit, what a signing. That's the signing that we wanted and craved for when he did join. You know, I know it's only a few games, but he's looked solid. But his performance last night, absolutely wonderful.
Well, the thing is, we always said it as well about Berkey. We said the thing of when he's fit and he's playing, he is one of the best centre halves out there, and we know this. It's just a shame, obviously. Like, you know, I don't want to speak bad about him, but he cannot stay fit. And I mean, is it 2 games now? 3 games? I think
it's
a miracle at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's 3. So you're always worried.
Anticipating now an injury coming up soon. So
but
I
think fingers crossed.
Yeah. He had an amazing game. So did Osho. I thought, you know what? I thought Osho stood out last night.
Amazing.
All of them, really. It's hard to pick anyone out.
Osho pace to burn as well again last night, and you know they are a fast team, Brighton. They've got a lot of pace about them, and his pace stood out for me. I thought, Christ, the way he was covering ground.
I mean, even at one point, I think we were 3-0 up, and the ball's, I think, it deflected off a Luton player, him or whoever, and it was going out for a throw-in down near where you should play. And all of a sudden he sprints towards it. I think, Jesus Christ, is he going to get this or what?
Yeah,
he does. Traps it, turns around, passes the ball. I thought you could have easily let that go and save yourself a little bit of energy, but he didn't, because you know what, the guy is all about Luton, isn't he?
Do you know, like, we know these players because we've been watching them all season. And I don't want to get over the top with it because, you know, we might come down with the right big bang on the weekend. But
we're proving ourselves to be a good team at the same time, so it's all right.
But last night, they all look like Premier League players.
Undoubtedly.
No prima donnas, none at all. Ross Barkley had a great game, but he wasn't the star of the show.
No.
They were all stars of the show. Just talking about the João Pedro flick on and the nod in from Elijah, who said...
You said a nod in. Yeah,
he said it just hit him in the face.
Well, I love that interview, I saw it at the time, and I've looked back several times. It didn't look to me...
He knows, doesn't he? He's seen it, yeah. Of course he has.
I didn't think
he moves his head down towards it, doesn't he? So of course
and first...
He's modest. That's
the first Luton Town player to score a hat-trick in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Another... record breaker.
Yeah, and that mischievous Pelly at the end, nicking the ball off him and simulating kicking it into the crowd, but then he sort of, you know, with respect and gave it back. But yeah, no, I mean, what a night for Elijah. But as I said earlier, as well as the goals, his all-round play and pressing and skill was
phenomenal. Yeah,
it was by far and away his best game in a Luton shirt, and there have been several really good performances from him.
That's probably the best centre forward player I've ever seen from a single player at Kenilworth Road, I'll be honest.
Yeah, really?
I'm going to put it up there.
Okay.
I just think he was really
Remember, gents, I wasn't born in like 1945 or whatever, or 50 when you boys were born, so yeah.
Hey, do me one there. I'm not born in
65, my bad. 65?
Anyway.
Close.
So,
sorry, Dave.
Close but no cigar.
The youth of today, there's just no respect.
We're thinking about the game though, so we're 4-0 up, and I think you've already touched on this, Steve, that even though we're 4-0 up, we're still chasing down every single ball from minute 1 to minute 95. We were still doing. I was hoping for 5. It would have been nice, wouldn't it? But 4-0. unbelievable. But more importantly, 3 points that took us out of that bottom three.
Yeah.
Even if it's only temporary for now.
Yeah.
But then you look at the table, if you've got a game in hand on Nottingham Forest and we win, we're above them.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like so important now that we can at least match their results.
A lot of people cheered when Palace beat Sheffield United last night. To me, I wanted that round the other way.
Draw. Well, yeah, I'd prefer a draw. I don't want Sheffield United getting any momentum.
I don't know. Is it Sheffield United 9 points behind or something like that?
I think it's more now, isn't it?
Well,
I think it's 11 now.
To me, we should have been looking up. I wanted Palace to.
You need some more in the
points.
mix. You need some more in the mix.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that will happen.
When it was 2-0, I was thinking perfect. That's what I was thinking anyway. Yeah.
Very quickly, 4-0, and Chio comes sort of in from the byline, goes down.
Yeah, was it?
Never a penalty.
Not enough. No,
never.
Not enough. It was. I would say it was on a par with the Ross Barkley just touching the back of.
Like you've seen him given.
Matey boy at the weekend.
We've seen him given.
It was one of those ones. If the ref had given it, VAR would have stuck with that. But the referee said, "I will let VAR decide."
The thing is, you got to remember though, a defender can run with a player as well, and if there's any slight bit of contact, because the attacking player obviously holds up a little bit and slows down, and if obviously try and initiate contact.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there. People are sitting there going, "Nah, it's a fucking penalty. It's a penalty."
Yeah, I didn't think it was enough for a pen.
Not a chance. Nah.
Yeah.
No way. No
Sorry,
way.
Dave. Sorry, mate.
No, it's okay. I was just thinking that I think I might have watched the highlights 5 or 6 or 7 times, but it was an all-round perfect performance for me. And if we can take the momentum into the next games, especially the home games, especially Sheffield United and Manchester United, and then we can dump City out the cup, that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Would be amusing, yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
It'd be amusing, but it's not happening. Or it might, who knows? I'm just thinking that some of the facts that producer Jacobs put down, XG 3.21, no, you don't like it, but it was still 3.21. That means we've got into really good positions quite a lot, doesn't it? Elijah is the first Luton player to score a top-flight hat-trick since Lars Elstrup.
Oh, wow.
Against Norwich City in September 1990, and the first at Kenilworth Road since before you were born, Mark Stein against Oxford United in February 1988.
But you just remember that, yeah?
Yeah, I was there.
What was it, 7-4? Was that the 7-4? And we beat them away 5-2 that season.
There we go.
Christ almighty, you lot, Jesus. Your brain still works then.
I saw Billy Connolly in concert that night. That's how I remember.
Yeah, me too. It's funny that, isn't it? And it was just like Elijah now has as many Premier League hat-tricks as Eric Cantona and Dennis Bergkamp. That's crazy, isn't it? What else have we got here? Brighton. And do you know what? This is an interesting one. I didn't realise this. Brighton have only won once at Kenilworth Road since World War II. And you're just thinking to yourself,
wow.
Yeah,
how did that happen? Because obviously we haven't played them much, but you know, it's just an amazing stat.
Was that Jacob put that stat in there since World War II?
Yeah,
he could have gone for specific dates, not World War II, you know.
that's good enough. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, what part of World War II was it, though? Sorry, Jacob. Just asking the question, mate.
Look, at the end of the day, what an all-round 100% performance. Obviously, the transfer window's closing as we're recording. So, you know, I don't know that we're going to get any more people in, but it was nice to see.
I see this link with that Dolan from Blackburn. It was on Sky Sports News earlier. Apparently trying to sign Tyrese Dolan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the small winger.
Again, you got to pick out all the sort of gossip from the facts and really. And
well, this was actually on Sky Sports News. They released it earlier.
Yeah, it's a bit like bloke down the pub said, though. It can be, can't it? Sky Sports News. So
Sky Sports
but
News.
I just think that yesterday's performance against Brighton just means that we can go to Newcastle with a freedom and a belief that we can get something. It really does. It just gives us a platform. You know, they had another injury last night. One of their strikers, the Swedish one.
Oh, Isak.
Yeah, he went there and injured. So we'll see what team they've got for the weekend.
Changed my fantasy Premier League team.
But you know, I just think that we're going to go there sky high with confidence and just, you know, up for it.
We're up for a free hit, really. Yeah. No one expects us to win. If we win, it'll be great. If we get something out of it, it'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
Hashi, as we're allowed to call him, I thought last night, actually, he looked quite young. Obviously, but everybody's saying how good looking he is already. So Rob
It's that
Edwards.
hair, innit?
Rob Edwards has got a competition now.
I don't think so. Whole different ball game.
And
dear,
when you
not a
look at
chance.
him, and you're thinking, well, this is going to open our club up to that region in Japan. Hopefully that works.
But he must have been thinking, how the hell am I going to get in this side then?
Well, he must have thought he was joining Manchester City.
I was going to say,
last night.
yeah, one of the European greats. That's what we were on last night, didn't we? So,
Transfer news also that producer Jacob's left here. We don't know if this is true. We don't know if it's going to happen.
because Jacob put it.
No, not at all. But you know,
Jacob. Sorry.
it's last minute, isn't it? You know, there's not much left to do. The reports in Turkey saying that Josh King has agreed to join Luton. Okay,
Who? What?
Who's that?
Oh no,
There you go.
ex-Watford twat. Sorry, that's really rude. Because if he does join us now, that's actually quite awkward.
You wouldn't have said that about Rob Edwards, would you?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, I'll take it out, please. Edit.
And
Thank you.
Nankum from Eintracht Frankfurt. I don't know. Do you know what? We're waiting to see what happens.
Has he not gone somewhere else?
I don't know. I'm only reading what producer Jacobs put down here. So, you know what? Transfer windows are transfer windows.
There's
If
so
something's
much
coming, there's
nonsense
coming.
spouting about.
Although the video introducing our new guy was brilliant.
Yep.
Overall, we're really pleased about last night. Just a quick one to say hello and well done to Luton Town. I think we're going to go to Newcastle. Go on, Steve.
Yeah, a quick hello to Richard. Lad bumped into him on the way out from the game last night, and we very brief chat. But I said I'd say hello to him, so that's great. We all really like sort of people come to say hello.
Yeah, that's it.
It's nice to do these extra ones. Just means another night where we can have a drink and a chat. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're going to Newcastle, have a safe journey. If you see me up there, come and say hello. And Steve, if you see him up there, come and say hi. But leave your comments below if you believe. Can we stay up? Can we genuinely stay in the Premier League?
Of course we can. Come on.
Time will tell. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Cheerio.